Hey guys, what's up? I'm doing a 6-month update on the 230 gallon tank. You guys haven't seen it in 6 months. This was formerly known as the wife's tank, and last time you saw it, it had just a little bit of the pygmy chain sword. I haven't done a water change in 6 months. I did one 4 days ago, I think, at this point, and did a little bit of algae cleanup, just a little bit. You can kind of see a couple of patches here where there was algae. That's where the bare spots are, and right there. And then this, I had a big, the Pontigeton bovinianus. If you guys watch the old videos, there was a little sprout there. Well, it got really big, and I never moved it, so I took it out because it was in the front, not looking good. And we've got a bunch of Claudophora algae on the spiderwood, and I have a love-hate relationship. I kind of love it because it almost looks like I intentionally did that, but I know I didn't intentionally do it. And so I'm like, well, maybe I should put some flagfish in there and some more Siamese algae eaters and the shrimp. The shrimp have gotten pretty big, as you can see. And I think there's enough just debris in here that they pick at that instead of the algae. So you can see like there's another one right there and another one right there. So you can see like there's just 3 right on that little piece right there. And so they're all over picking at stuff. But overall, the tank's done amazing. I didn't need to do a water change. I did one out of like, well, I haven't done one in so long, I should do it. Some of the things you probably haven't seen at this point. Well, so first, I thought it would be cool to look at the fish. The silver-tip tetras still, and there's still one roseline shark in there. I'm gonna put something else in here, I just don't know what yet. But they're feeding on the Sarah tabs, which should be now back in stock. But I've added some equipment. We have the dosing pump, and the dosing pump is this Dosing Easy Green. That's all it's dosing, just this initial first pump right here. I could add iron and stuff like that, but so far I've kept it super simple, and haven't done a whole lot. I've been busy. So I had CO2 running into there, but I'm testing this CO2 diffuser that I picked up in Germany, and I'm hoping to be able to import it into the US because I really like it. You can really crank it up if you want, and so it can handle a ton of CO2. And the mist is very, very, very fine. See if I can kind of zoom in on that. If I can there we go. So it's a really fine mist, and then this is made out of acrylic, so it's not glass, so it's not super brittle. So it had a lot of little elements I liked. And then I wanted to get a little bit better flow in here, so I took the Max Gyre pump that I had in the 800 gallon, turned it down to 20%, and even that might still be a little bit much, but the fish seem to love swimming against it, and there's a lot better flow. And I'm hoping with the better flow throughout the entire aquarium, it'll reduce some of the algae issues. I haven't scraped algae off the glass or anything, so you can see that we've got some spot, well, I don't know if you can see it, but there's spot algae on the glass, or not glass, but acrylic. And this tank, I love to, I guess, watch it evolve. Like there's a bunch of Java moss in the center here, which I never put Java moss in this tank. I don't know where it came from, but I've been trying to get that out. And so yeah, I sit back in my chair basically, which is back here, and this is, a lot of times I'll be doing a lot of work from the laptop and answering you guys' questions, and this is the view. And so yeah, there's a little bit more filling in to go in, like right through here. And I want to get some red plants in there, but I don't want to make it a lot of work. And if I put a red stem plant in there, I'm going to have to cut it all the time and that kind of stuff. So I think I want a blue fish in there, because I can't put red because that'll kind of look too similar to the orange, I think. But a big, maybe cardinals, maybe neons, maybe something entirely different. There still is haplo catfish. They usually hang under that piece of wood, but the problem is with all the pygmy chain sword, you don't really get to see him much. Oh, there's one. In fact, he's swimming. There he went. But yeah, the flagtail. So yeah, I kind of want to add a bunch of blue platies. I've got those in the fish room or the studio right now. I thought maybe a bunch of blue platies, but it's a little acidic in there, so I'd have to put some crushed coral into like the filter. And so I don't know if I showed this, but I ended up ripping out all the Eheim filtration, and we run just an FX4. There's the CO2, and in the back there I've got Easy Green that's being pumped up. So that's, oh, maybe you can see the algae now. Yeah, you can see the algae now. It's not horrible from far away, and you can see all my water spots I didn't clean off, but you know, maybe some Nerite snails would fix it, and I'd rather fix it that way than, I can definitely get in here, scrub, remove algae, and do all that stuff, but it probably will come back unless I modify what's actually being done. And to be honest, I haven't done any testing to like dial stuff in. So I've tested to make sure like it's not horrible, but I bet you with this many plants, I need to up the amount of Easy Green I'm dosing in. You know, it doses each day, but only a little amount. But now that we have much more coverage, I want to add a little bit more light. So I've got the Fluval 3.0 on the front. I kind of want to make it all 3.0. So the back one's a 2.0. The sunrise and the sunset, I'm just really enjoying, being that it's in a living room tank. And then these stingrays, they're just underpowered. I think I might put 2-foot Fluval 3.0s at the end. So one here and one over there. And it'll light this up better, and I'll get a little bit better filling in. But, you know, the stingray itself is not doing horrible. But you can see, so if you look over here at stingray land, kind of in this, I'd say, foot, versus the center, it's much more dense in here, except for all that. There was a bunch of Java moss right there, but really dense up here. And then you get to where the stingray is again, and you get a more sparse pattern, and it's the darkest back here, and the cribs well, I shouldn't say kept, but keep digging back here. Another thing we're trying to do is get a bunch of Malaysian trumpet snails growing in here, because we sell so many online that we almost can't have enough. So it's kind of a farm project as well. But yeah, let me know what I should put in here. I think I might put some more rose lines in, just because they do look good. So I might put like 6 of them, make a group of 7. And yeah, so hopefully I can get that CO2 diffuser, because I really do think it's a good one. It just hasn't had any of the problems I normally have with CO2 diffusers. And I've been testing it for, you know, probably 3 weeks now. I really like it. My wife's really fallen in love with this crinum. I need to get in there and separate it. You can see that there's like multiple stalks. But yeah, oh, there's all the catfish going around. But yeah, just gotta add a little bit of red, maybe a dwarf aquarium lily, maybe some crypt red Wendeti. That'll grow slow enough that I won't lose the race and have to trim all the time. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the update. I just want to show you, like, this is as natural as a tank can get. And I realize I'm injecting CO2 and I have an auto doser and all that, but only 1 water change in 6 months, and I'm doing nothing. Like, so between those 6 months, I haven't touched it besides 4 days ago, the water change and removing some algae. But everything else, like, I didn't, from that initial planting, I never moved a plant or anything like that. Even that big plant that was right here, it got huge, and then I need to like push that back down in. But half of me is like, it'll either die off or fill itself back in. Why do I need to do it? And I get to kind of watch that evolve. So I wonder why it's so dense right here. Like, it's crazy dense for this 6 inches, and then not as dense on either side. So I don't know. I mean, maybe the feeder, but I only added the feeder like in the last 2 weeks or so. Maybe, and this wasn't there, but maybe it was just flowing enough to land there and it was extra nutrients or something. I don't know. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick little update, and you know, maybe we'll chime in again in 6 months to see where it's at. Or maybe I'll do a whole kind of makeover thing, add a bunch of fish and do that kind of stuff, and you'll see it before then, and then we'll see it in 6 months. So hopefully you enjoyed.